What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. If you're an ancient duelist as myself, and you've played through all eras of Yu-Gi-Oh!, evil heroes might hold a special place in your heart like they do mine, and I have some knowledge to drop on you of how ancient evil heroes were played for the OTK, as OTKs weren't the most common thing back in the day when evil heroes were around, and there's some really cool stuff to bring up with this. So let's go ahead and see what this card does. I have no clue what it does, and I'm pretty excited to get into it. Our new boy is Evil Hero Malicious Bane, a level 8 Dark Fiend fusion effect monster, attack 3000 and defense 3000. This is pretty beefy overall. I don't know why you would want him in defense, but let's read the effect. Materials: 1 Evil Hero monster, and any level 5 or higher monster. So this seems pretty easy to bring out. That's Destiny Hero Malicious for the side. I think we'll get there pretty easily. Must be special summoned by Dark Fusion, so this restriction is going to limit it in how it is summoned. You can only use this card named second effect once per turn. First effect, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. That's pretty good so far. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. You cannot attack with monsters for the rest of this turn except hero monsters. I like that. They gave a generic out, not just evil hero monsters, hero monsters, period. This is cool. Also destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible with less than or the same attack as this card, and if you do, this card gains 200 for each destroyed card. So it can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, so if it would like get negated and destroyed, hey, it's gonna be okay. Now, let me actually do a zoom out mode here real quick. We don't want to spoil anything too much. I'm in Market Watch mode here to make sure that we get everything on the screen. The old OTK was played with Evil Hero Dark Gaia, and this is a Fiend-type monster plus a Rock-type monster. Must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. The original attack of this card becomes equal to the combined original attack of the fusion materials monsters used to fusion summon it. When this card declares an attack, you can change all defense monsters your opponent controls to face-up attack position, and flips are not activated for anybody who might be running flip effects. Now, what's important is, I'm going to upload this in the morning. Right now, it's 4:30 in the morning. I have a theory that, by how my Discord originally reacted to there even being an Evil Hero monster, hey, they're going to be rushing for the holographic Dark Fusion from the Legendary Collection. Well, I have something to tell you. There's another card out here, and it's called Dark Calling, and it allows you to also access evil heroes. Banish from your hand or graveyard the fusion material monsters listed on a fusion monster card that can only be special summoned with Dark Fusion. So you bypass the restriction of Dark Fusion with Dark Calling, although it doesn't have fusion in the name, so less searchable. You then special summon that monster from your extra deck. The special summon is treated as a fusion summon with Dark Fusion. Yeah, this card's pretty good because, hey, you get to access your graveyard for the fusion materials, which in 2019 means link summon spam on up, throw them in the grave, and get to where you need to be going. I am very happy to remind people of this card, and there's very few on market because there's only 2 printings of Dark Calling. Now, there are very few Dark Fusions as well, but I imagine this will also see a reprint. I would hope both cards see a reprint in the Duelist pack, but people will be after the holographic Dark Fusion, which might get some extra collector value here now, as there's 3 total printings of it, and it totally wasn't a desired card up to this point. So, yeah, I still expect to see the ultra rare bot off the market, but Dark Calling's the sleeper card here that was already somewhat expensive from it only having its couple of printings, but readily available for $1 before we see what the support will do for the market. Now, let's go ahead and move back to the other new cards. Do we have, Earthbound Super Priest. I expected to go on an Evil Hero rant here. Level 8 Dark Fiend effect monster, attack 2900, defense 2900. You can only use this card's name's first, second, and third effects once per turn each. If you control a synchro monster or monsters, and have a synchro monster or monster in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's a big boy for just controlling a synchro monster. Okay. During your main phase, you can add an Earthbound Immortal from your deck to or graveyard to hand. Why not? What was it? The meme was Karyua pop with diagram for the Regeki-like effect before? I control a synchro, 2900, get a search. Okay, what else do you do? When an Earthbound Immortal monster is normal summoned while this card is already in a monster zone, you can make your opponent's life points become 3,000? Okay, he's a little bit big for pendulum shenanigan effects, I would hope. Yikes. So this would have to stay in the monster zone, and you get the Earthbound Immortal monster normal summon. How many synchro decks can do that? I imagine we're gonna see some cheese with this eventually. This is good though, just on the first effect. The first effect alone, 2,900, and then the second effect, search. Those two do it for me, but the third is like, you're gonna see some crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro replays happening on Yu-Gi-Tube around this card. Overall, yo, I'm digging it. Both supports, really good. This is how I love a restriction being made. We'll talk about this in a second. Let's get through all the cards. A Gimmick Puppet. Gimmick Puppet Gigantistal. A rank 4 Dark Machine Xyz effect monster. Attack 0, defense 2,000, so not offensive. Materials, 2 level 4 Gimmick Puppet monsters. You can only use this card name's first and second effects once per turn each. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls. Gain control of them. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except Gimmick Puppet monsters. And you cannot attack with monsters except Xyz monsters. So you're going very specifically up the route of Gimmick Puppet monsters, but you take control of them. Doesn't say till the end of this turn. You just straight up, they're mine now. My monsters now. Okay. Second effect, you contribute this card. All monsters with a level you control become level 8. So you take 2 of their cards, turn them to 8s, give it... Oh, this is good support. Awesome. Wow, everything about this duels pack's really coming together. This is a legendary duels pack, right? That's why everything's like character-based. Okay. Final card. Is it another archetype? Predator-plant. So Predaplant. How do I say this? Tripiovertum. I don't want to try. Tripiovertum. Okay, I'm done. It's a level 9 Dark Plant Fusion effect monster. Attack 3,000, defense 3,000 as well. Were they running out of numbers for the fusion? Hey, you're a fusion, you get 3k, 3k. You're a fusion, you get 3k, 3k. Okay, I see where this has gone. Materials are any 3 dark monsters on the field. Specifically on the field. That's interesting. Has that ever been a thing before? Restricting the fusion material to need to be on field? You can only use this card's names second and third effects once per turn each. Gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all other monsters on the field with predator counters. That's a big boy. If this card was fusion summoned, when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters from the extra deck. Oh, if this card was fusion summoned. You can negate that special summon, and if you do, destroy the monster. Summon Floodgate. This won't be abused by anything else, right? At least 3 materials. Jesus. If your opponent controls a monster with a predator counter, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in defense position. What type is it? I'm guessing it's a plant. Predaplant. Yeah, plant. Okay, I'm glad it's not like a dragon or something that can just be brought out by the Guard Dragon engine. I was, like, staring at him, and I'm like, he looks kind of dragon-like for a Predaplant. Okay, alleviated there. This card's name references the carnivorous plant, the word venom, and the god Vertumnus. There you go. You learn something new every day. I think this second effect is its best effect by far. It's literally just sitting out here saying, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just going to negate summons. That's pretty crazy. But it's specifically the extra deck, so like can't even stop a Pankratops. That's kind of a drawback. Overall, Gigantistal, pretty dang good. At least it's a, it does need specifically 2 level 4 Gimmick puppet monsters, so it's not just generic slurp up 2 of your opponent's cards in any rank 4 deck. Earthbound Super Priest. I think this card's kinda nuts. Just control a Synchro Summon search. But again, lock the Earthbound Immortals for that search. Man, this has to get abused somewhere in some combo deck. And then Evil Heroes, the return. I really, again, like how they built this restriction. They didn't put just evil hero monsters can attack hero monsters, period, so that it mixes and mashes nice with vision heroes and elemental heroes, because they know you're going to be playing stuff like Vion and Stratos and perhaps Shadow Mist. So they made it so you can cheese it in. They made it still so that you can use Dark Calling or Dark Fusion, your choice. And Dark Calling's the more likely one to get the free resources later. They did a good job overall with this support, and I'm super happy. Duelist Pack 22. That has to be the legendary duelist, right? Alright, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation and kind of the extra mix-in of looking at cards beforehand, or I guess at 4 a.m. before y'all are waking up and smelling the buyouts, and seeing how things might actually go from the market, and the extra knowledge from an old duelist like myself. Thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for subscribing right there.